crazy photos you won't see anywhere else. This was Demi on Letterman in '96 for her new movie. It's wild to think, but at 34, the industry usually cast actresses in mom roles. She presented that night's top 10 list right off cards clipped to her outfit. This is what Mount St. Helens looked like before and after its 1980 eruption. Back in 1876, chunks of meat actually fell from the sky in Kentucky, and a few brave people even tasted it. The most likely cause was a flock of vultures flying miles high. Tests on this preserved sample couldn't give a final answer, but hinted it might be goat meat. Looking at this is heartbreaking. That tree could have been thousands of years old. You'd think they cut it for quality lumber, right? But the wood from these giant sequoias was so brittle it would often shatter on impact, ending up as fence posts or even matchsticks. Elspeth Beard was the first Englishwoman to circumnavigate the world on a motorcycle, traveling 35,000 miles on her BMW R65. The journey took her 2 years, from 1982 to 1984. That's the great Pam Grier, on the set of her 1975 film Friday Foster, where she fittingly played a photographer. Many remember her from the 70s, but a whole new audience discovered her incredible presence in the movie. Jackie Brown. Who can forget the Faith Tones and their big hit from 1964, Jesus Use Me? Here's a rare quiet moment with Marilyn, taken in the final months of her life in 1962. This wasn't a movie set, but her own Brentwood home, the only house she ever bought for herself. This picture captures that effortless charm Sandra Bullock had in the 90s. Here's a fun bit of trivia. While filming Speed, both she and Keanu Reeves admitted years later they had a crush on each other, but were too shy to say anything. 1930. Photographer Margaret Bourke White, atop the Chrysler Building, NYC. Once in a lifetime shot, last night Bray Falls captured a fireball next to the eclipsed moon. This memorable shot is from Olivia Newton-John's Totally Hot album, released right after Grease in 1798, while the world knew her as Sweet Sandy. San Francisco's Cliff House, early 1900. Brigitte Bardot and her 1969 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. For 1924, this Ford ad was incredibly forward-thinking, targeting the buy house with a freshly rich stock. Woman in business. The copy praises her for measuring time in terms of dollars and promises the car will help expedite her affairs. This aligned with Henry Ford's belief that cars were a huge leap in empowerment for women. On a lighter note, they actually called the four-door model a King four-door. While this looks like a plague doctor, it's actually an Italian monk. 1900. Even on modern roads, getting to Ouray, Colorado is a challenge. Imagine the fortitude it took to make the trip by stagecoach back in 1890. This is Kim Wilde with that classic 80s look in 1987. That was the year she hit #1 in America by taking a 60s Motown classic, You Keep Me Hanging On, and turning it into a powerhouse synth rock anthem. Some things never go out of style, like the bond between a man and his best friend. It's great how he's looking at his dog, but the dog's expression steals the show. Allison Hayes, star of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, on set in the 1950s. Armor with fan crest and embossed dragon. Japan, Edo period, 18th century. Sconce made of tin and glass featuring a candle socket and circular concave mosaic mirror reflector. American, 1008. Brigitte Nielsen in Cobra 1986, directed by George P. Cosmatos.